Hello everyone, my name is Geeta and welcome to your Pick a Card reading. So the title of this video is going to be, Are You on Their Mind? So this is going to be stone number 1 with a clear quartz crystal, stone number 2 with the lapis lazuli, stone number 3 with the amethyst, and stone number 4 with the rose quartz. So you can take a moment and pause the video and get out your pendulum. And while you're doing that, I would just like to say that if you like this kind of video, please give my video a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. It really helps me out. It lets me know that you like this video title and that I should do more of them. If you would like to be notified of future videos, please subscribe and hit the bell notification. And also, if you would like to get a private reading, you can see how to do that in the video description below, along with all of my different reading options. And also in the video description, you will find the timestamps for all of these different stones. So let's go ahead and get started and let's find out if you're on their mind. All right, so here we are with stone number 1 with a clear quartz heart-shaped crystal, and let's find out if you're on their mind. So I felt like doing something different. Okay, so I'm using all sorts of cards, all different kinds of cards. So let's go ahead and see. So we have number 20, keep your temper. Don't allow anger to rule you. Okay. We have number 15. We have temptation here. We have the decadence, abruption. We have playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. We also have number 46, regeneration. And we also have number 8, motivation. How do I want to set these up? Let's do it like that. Then we have woman, which is probably you, who is the current. We have diamond ring, book, mortar and pestle, damn, okay. Then we have element of earth. All right, so are you on their mind? The answer is, if it wasn't obvious already, yes, 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 you are very much so on their mind. Okay, so not only are you on their mind in the sense that, like, they can't stop freaking thinking about you, and they are obsessively thinking about you in a sexual way as well, with temptation. They're thinking about you so much, it's like they're having a tower moment and they just can't stop thinking about you. Okay, it's abrupting everything here with the decadence. They can't stop thinking about you. Okay, they think about this playfulness. You know, they think about playing around. Okay, and we have regeneration here. Okay, so it looks like maybe some of you might have had a rough patch. You know, something that's happened, but it looks like the relationship is going to regenerate. It looks like, I'm really feeling like with motivation here, it feels like the situation may have gotten bogged down and no progress is seeming to be made. And it's saying that maybe you should try to think of how you can, what the things you can do to motivate things again. It might be to watch your temper, okay, and not allow yourself to be short with this person, okay. Don't get angry. It's saying that you need to be grounded, be practical, okay, be dependable, tangible. You know, this person, for some of you, the situation could involve a proposal if not now, eventually. And I'm really feeling like if it's not a proposal, your relationship is going to be going to the next level. Okay? Now, I am feeling like some of you might have done some kind of spell or something like that. If you did it, I think it kind of worked, but what can I say? But I don't encourage doing those kinds of things. Also, I'm feeling like some of you may be having some low energy health issues. Maybe some of you have the flu or something like that, and that you may be, doing things like taking in herbs and everything to try to help improve your health. I have to clarify that. I feel like there's some kind of secrets clarified. Please clarify book. Clarify book. Clarify book. The Six of Wands. Clarify 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 the Four of Swords. For those of you who have not done a spell, or you've been thinking about doing some kind of love spell or something like that, I don't think that you really need to. I really highly discourage those types of things, okay? But I think that you should try to read up and look into the things that you can do to, like, kind of expand your knowledge on manifestation. It does look like that you have a lot of things that you need to learn. I feel like you have a very kind of very passionate, volatile relationship here, okay? And I just think that you should try to, it's saying to keep your temper, okay, and try to stay grounded. But the question is this person thinking about you? Are you on their mind? Yes. And they're really thinking about, I feel like they're thinking about regeneration, what they can do. They might actually do a spell on you if they're into that kind of stuff. But I feel like they're going to be taking charge of the situation here as they end up working on, I feel like they're thinking about a lot of different things. They might be thinking about doing something to advance your relationship. Anyways, that's all I see for stone number 1. If you like this kind of reading, please give my video a thumbs up. I really appreciate it, and it really helps me out. If you would like to be notified of future videos, please subscribe and hit the bell notification. And if you would like to have a private reading, you can see how to do that in the video description below. All right, well, thank you very much. I'm going to go ahead now and move on to stone number 2. All right, so here we have the cards for stone number 2 with this lapis lazuli. I think it's lapis lazuli. I see gold pieces in it. That's why I think it is, but I'm not like a professional geologist or anything, so. All right, so these are the cards that I picked. I am kind of mixing things up. Okay, I just kind of want to make things a little bit different for everybody. I kind of feel like some artwork in my life. So we have, you are rare and free. There's not many like you. We have the white snake, understanding. We have follow your own good advice. Trust yourself. You know what is best for you. All right. Then we have universe, soulmate, Yes, this is your soulmate. We have building blocks and the moon, concealment. Oh man. All right. Let's see. All right, do this. We have mice. Can you even see it? I can't really see it, but I'll move this over here a bit. I kind of want it here. Mice, mask, eagle, and stork. All right, so let's go ahead and talk. I can't really see that. Just move it up here. You can see it a little bit better. Let's talk about what this is saying. So you are on their mind, okay? But by what I'm seeing here with mask and with the moon, I'm not feeling you're really feeling it. You know, I'm really feeling that they seem really cold, okay, to you. You know, they're kind of feel distant. And let me see, number building blocks. It says, it feels like they really want a strong foundation. Let me go ahead and read this card. It says, when you see this card, you know that you're attracting new relationships in your life and solidifying the ones that you already have by building them on the foundations of honesty, humility, clear communication, and a genuine desire to know one another. You're moving towards laying the groundwork for a relationship with a firm footing that will ensure it can withstand any storm. Long-standing relationships are also repaired and strengthened. You and the other person are stronger, wiser, and more powerful together than apart. And I am really feeling that part, that you're stronger together than apart. This is a person who is a soulmate. You can also be twin flames. This card comes up for either one. Okay. When they think of you, they think that there's not many people like you. You're not very easily replaceable. Okay. I feel like you know what is best for you. Follow your own good advice. And I'm going to read this and I'm going to explain it. But as he challenged the status quo, I feel like they are confused. They're thinking about you, but they're confused about, and I feel like that the universe is helping them to try to understand the situation. I feel like that they're hiding how they're feeling about you. With mask, they also may be feeling their ego and hiding behind it. But I'm really feeling like they're like pretending that they're not missing you, that they're not worried, okay, about their situation. They look, because we have mice here. Stress, anxiety, worry. I feel like they're hiding how they're feeling. So it may not seem like it may not seem like it, but they're going through a transformation here. Like they're currently changing, like they're actively changing. They are feeling really restless. However, I feel like that the universe, like God, this is basically God, is nagging them, okay? I feel like they could be having dreams about the situation, okay? I'm really feeling like they know your value, but I feel like it's almost like their ego and why they're trying to hide it. I'm going to go ahead and read this. I really like this story. This is the first time I've read it, and I'm still learning this deck. But I read this story and I thought it was awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and read it for you, and I feel like this is going to kind of help bring everything to like kind of make sense for you. Okay? It's a nice love story. It says, no sooner had it touched his tongue than he heard a strange whispering of little voices outside the window. He went and listened, and then noticed that it was the sparrows who were chattering together and telling one another of all kinds of things which they had seen in the fields and woods. Eating the snake had given him power of understanding the language of animals. It says, in this tale, which is the white snake, a king has all knowledge due to a white snake brought to him each evening in a dish by a faithful servant. But one day the servant peeks below the lid of the dish and sees the snake. He takes a bite of its flesh, and at that moment all the knowledge in the world becomes available to him. He speaks all languages, understands all things, and hears without limits or restraints. Simultaneously, the queen loses her most treasured ring, and the faithful servant is suspected to have stolen it. And he is the only soul who has permission to enter the queen's chamber. He is brought before the king and told that unless he can name the villain, he will be executed the next day. But gifted as he is with the language of all things, he hears a duck speaking of a heavy stomach and knows this creature has swallowed the precious ring. The duck is roasted for dinner and the ring is found. The servant is not only forgiven, the king grants him a favor. As an offering to make amends, he goes, and in time it is the language of the animals that brings him great good fortune. That and his empathy and kindness, for now he can understand the animals. He knows they too love life and wish only to avoid suffering. He saves fish and ants and ravens, making great sacrifices to care for the wild ones about him. On his own feet he finally ventures forth and finds a king's daughter is being offered to the man who can perform a seemingly impossible task. He sees the woman, the daughter of the king, and falls so deeply in love, he steps forward and takes up the challenge without the thought of his life. For he loves, and deeply so. So a golden ring is flung into the deepest ocean, and the servant is told to bring it back. If he does not, he will be drowned within the waters holding the lost ring. But the fish he once saved brings him a mussel with the ring inside of it, and he is saved. Only the princess will not have him till he passes another test. She throws 1,000 grains into a field and demands that they all must be picked up by dawn. And the ants he helped bring forth the grains, and not one lay upon the earth. But she demands one more thing, although a grudging respect and awe has dawned in her cold heart. She says she will marry him when she brings her an apple from the tree of life itself. And he wandered and became lost, but 3 ravens bring him the apple, and he offers this to the princess. She takes it from him, her cold heart thawing, cuts it in 2 with a sharp little knife, and they each eat 1/2 and fall deeply in love. True love. There are no more excuses. They live together until they are very old, and their children cry again and again for the story of how they met and wed each other. When this card comes to you, you may have recently experienced a time when you felt people seem distant, unemotional, and lacking in warmth. But if you continue to do the right thing and good things, you will find there will soon be a breakthrough moment. There will also be a time soon when all the groundwork you have done in a relationship, there's groundwork, building blocks. All the groundwork you have done in a relationship will suddenly become worth it. You are going to be able to change people's lives and help their hearts heal from the frost that can settle around a wound. You are, in many ways, the healer of a wounded heart. And soon you will see how true this is. So I think that speaks volumes, okay? I'm really feeling like this person is someone who has a wounded heart, and you're meant to send, you're like kind of sent to help thaw it. But are you on their mind? Yes, you are on their mind. I feel like they are hiding it and they're not being upfront about it, but it is advising you with this card that you should keep doing what you're doing. Basically, keep doing good, do good things, follow your own good advice, trust yourself. You know what's best, okay? And before you know it, things are going to start coming together, and their heart is going to thaw, and you're going to apparently live happily ever after. They are a soulmate. This is something that is divinely guided, okay? So anyways, that's all I have for stone number 2. If you like this kind of reading, please give my video a thumbs up. I really appreciate it, and it really helps me out. If you would like to be notified of future videos, please subscribe and hit the bell notification. And if you would like to have a private reading, you can see how to do that in the video description below. Alright, well, thank you very much. I'm going to go ahead now and move on to stone number 3. Alright, so here we have the cards for stone number 3 with a heart-shaped amethyst, and let's find out if you're on their mind. So, we have emotional withdrawal, the Justice, go the distance, free yourself, we have managed to be glad, create your own happiness regardless of conditions. And we also have number 25, brother and sister transformation. Then we have island, third person, waterfall, and magnet. So we have emotional withdrawal, okay? I feel like they have withdrawn their emotions basically from the situation, okay? I don't feel like this person has been treating you fairly, okay? I mean, obviously we have third person. There might be a third person involved in the situation, or it could be romantic, or it could be another person who is influencing, and the third person is like an outside party. It could indicate a love rival. Okay, and we do have island, which also says, foreign affairs. Okay, solo, isolation, standoffish, separation, estranged, lonely, We have waterfall, flood of emotions, abundance, overflowing tears of sorrow or joy, release, fulfillment. But I'm getting release is what I'm really feeling with this one. Magnet, longing and desire. I feel like you do have a very strong attraction to this person. You feel very like a magnet to this person, and it's difficult for you. I feel like the waterfall is you having this flood of emotion, overflowing tears of sorrow, okay, and needing to release the situation, okay? So is this person, are you on their mind? I am getting the sense that it's like, no, not really, no. It's advising you to free yourself from the situation, okay? It's time to take back control of your life. I kind of wanted to go the distance. This card is like endurance and strength, you know? Do you feel as if you've been wandering in the desert now for ages and ages and nothing is happening? When you conjure up the image of a desert, you picture parched lips and sunburned skin and mirages. But there is more to it than that. Amid the hot sands are creatures with resilient spirits, tough skins, and the willingness to burrow deep underground for water so that they may thrive. This is a time for developing survival skills and resilience. You are learning how to conserve your strength, and in this temporary time of artistry, it's wise to be selective about where you expend your energy. Listen to the call of your soul because it will never lead you astray. This is an important time for letting go of what's not important. I don't think there was very good balance in your relationship. I almost feel like not only have they withdrawn emotionally, we have island, okay? And someone who is an island is someone who has distanced themselves, okay? For some of you, maybe there is someone who they're interested in. Maybe this is a situation that was long distance for you. Maybe it was a long distance relationship for some of you. And a person who lives near them has taken advantage of the situation. They have decided to be with a person who actually lives nearby. Okay? I'm picking that up for some of you. It's not going to be for everyone. But there's definitely another person influencing the situation. I know it feels like you really long for this person. But it is saying that you should try to manage to be glad. Create your own happiness, not rely on other people to make yourself happy. You know, the only person responsible for your happiness is yourself, and you're not responsible as well for other people's happiness. Okay, so happiness is something that you have to be able to create on your own. It's not something that is given to you. It's something that you create inside yourself. Something that when you make peace with this world and you're able to see the beauty in it and the people in it, then you're going to be able to become happy. When you find that vibration and raise your vibration, you're going to be able to manage to be glad for what you do have. Instead of focusing on what you don't have, focus on what you do have. Because I'm sure that you have a lot more than most other people do. So it's asking for you to do that, you know. And it is saying that you need to free yourself, you know, from this situation. I don't feel like this is something that has been serving you very well, okay? I do have this story here I am going to read, and hopefully it will make sense for some of you. Hopefully most of you. But is number 25, Brother and Sister Transformation. And if you wouldn't mind, let me know in the comments below how it resonated with you and how you feel like it could apply to your situation. It says, so she hunted up leaves and moss to make a soft bed for the little roe, and every morning and evening she went out and gathered roots, nuts, and berries for herself, and tender young grass for the fawn. And he fed from her hand and played around and seemed quite happy. In the evenings, when sister was tired, she said her prayers, then laid her head on the fawn's back and fell sound asleep, with it as a pillow. And if brother had but kept his natural form, really, it would have been a most delightful kind of life. In this enchanting tale, which has various from old Nordic lands to the steppes of Russia, a young man and woman, barely out of their childhood, are driven from their homes. There's an enchantment upon the land, and when they come to a stream, the thirsty brother is warned by the sister, "Do not drink from it, or he will be turned into a wild bear and tear her apart." At the next stream, he again just resists drinking, for his sister warns him again that if he does so, he will be turned into a wolf and she will be devoured. But when they reach the third stream, his thirst cannot be tamed, and he drinks, and at this stream he turns immediately into a young roebuck, like a young deer. His sister promises to care for him, and to prevent him running away, she plaits a rope of rushes and gently leads him to a house she finds in the woods. She cares for him, forages for him, and they live a beautiful life until a king enters the forest with his hunting party. This part of the tale is the ancient remnant of the wild hunt. This fairy king will break the enchantment in part at first by discovering this beautiful woman who cares so tenderly for her brother, but after making her his queen and caring for her and respecting her and her brother, the enchantress discovers this and comes after the happiness of the young woman yet again. This shows the relentless nature of resentment and the folly of holding on to it. Because, of course, the evil one is defeated and balanced, and his human form is restored to the brother. This tale is about so much: how you can balance what you want with what will take place once you obtain it, how to delay your gratification, how to maintain your integrity with the wild and yet be able to have a strong will, and how to live a good life when we seem to be cursed, and how to survive the envy of others when our happiness is too much for bitter hearts to bear. And of course, it is also about close relationship with family members and the caring we do for the young, helping them work their way through the difference between what they want and what will harm them. Please let me know how that resonates with you. I'm sorry about your situation. I wish I could report better news, but it is what it is. Anyways, that is all I have for stone number 3. If you like this kind of reading, please give my video a thumbs up. I really appreciate it, and it really helps me out. If you would like to be notified of future videos, please subscribe and hit the bell notification. And if you would like to have a private reading, you can see how to do that in the video description below. Alright, well, thank you very much. I'm going to go ahead now and move on to stone number 4. Alright, so here we have the cards for stone number 4 with the rose quartz, and let's find out if you're on their mind. So I am mixing things up a little bit, and we're going to use a whole bunch of different kind of cards today. Really wanting to dust off my oracle cards and all my other cards, and let's just use them all, why don't you? So we have spiritual union. We have the 9 of Cups, satisfaction. We have release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. We also have number 5, orphaned. We also have forget who you are. Conditioning falls away. Memory no longer defines you. We also have Goldilocks, entitlement, and I'll be reading this. And we have Lion, Raccoon, Broom, and Light Bulb. So are you on their mind? The answer, if it's not obvious already to you, is yes. But it's not all perfect. Okay. It looks like somebody has, working on releasing an ex. Okay. It could be you. It could be them. But this person, I'm feeling like it's most likely for most of you, it's them. Okay, it could be you too, but I feel like for most of you, it's going to be them who's releasing an ex. Okay, and they're going through like these feelings with orphaned here. I'm really feeling like they're going through all of these different feelings of abandonment. They're going through feelings of not feeling like they're good enough. They're going through a lot of low vibrating energies. Okay, you are, with the Nine of Cups here, a wish come true for them. Okay, you do make them happy, and if anything, you give them hope of making them happy. But again, at this moment, it feels like they're really trying to release these negative emotions from the past. Okay, and I can really tell that they're going through, releasing these negative emotions, because I feel like with light bulb that they're having they're going to, or they're having like a breakthrough, emotional type of breakthrough, where they're going to have like this aha moment with light bulb here, and they're just going to realize, they're going to have this epiphany. They're going to just realize something, that they had this other person that they were involved with, this other situation that they need to release, is they really didn't need it. It was not something they needed. Okay, it was something that was really unpleasant, something that it was just awful, and eventually, after they clean up their space and everything, and they start to clear out what they don't need, they're going to start to realize it's going to feel good that it's over. And I'm really feeling like once this is all cleared out, they're going to realize that there's something so much more better for them. And I feel like that they're either about to start realizing this, or about to start having this, or it's already happening right now at this moment. Okay, they're really working on releasing their ex, and they're also not only releasing their ex, but they're releasing these feelings of not feeling good enough for anybody, like feeling like I'm really hearing like a feeling like a failure. Okay, they feel like they failed. They feel like they failed their relationship. They feel like they failed other people. With Lion here, I'm really feeling like they're really working on their self-esteem so they can come forward. They're worried on their pride, their ego. This is a person who has a they're really a devoted person. Okay, they are really an emotional person. They're really heart-centered. They really just, they really feel a lot with their heart, and I feel like they're a person who is really an authentic person, and also like very strong generally, though. I feel like this person is probably someone who is a problem solver, someone who generally is really good at figuring things out. Look at light bulb and raccoon. There's somebody who is really has a lot of ideas, and they're really smart, and they have all these epiphanies and everything. They're a person who's naturally just very curious, and they're just able to adapt. So if you're worried about them actually adapting, they will adapt. Things will improve. Okay. They're someone who is very clever. Also, they could be like an entrepreneur and resourceful. But either way, I'm feeling like it's not going to be too long until they finally realize, that whatever was going on before, it was like really unpleasant, and maybe it wasn't just all about them. It was more about, that the connection maybe just wasn't ideal for them. It just wasn't meant to happen. It wasn't meant to be. Okay, we have forget who you are. Okay, and in this story with forget who you are, it's like two people, they come, this Fawn and Alice, they come and they meet in this field, this magical field that makes them forget who they even are. They forget, like the Fawn forgets that it's a fawn, should be maybe even afraid of Alice, and Alice forgets that the Fawn should be even afraid of her. And they just end up chilling and hanging out and everything. And I feel like that is like kind of like how it's going to happen for you and with this person, is that, as they clear out all of this past negative energies, that you're going to finally come together. And when you are, it's going to be but you have to let them release this negative energy that they have with this past person. Okay. It's really important that they do let this stuff go, especially even if it's like you that has to, maybe you're both having to release exes, who knows, sometimes it happens together at the same time, but you have to clear it all out so you don't take that baggage, like take that wounded feeling from your previous relationship and bring it into the next relationship, to where you're constantly afraid of something happening, and basically like the feeling, the pain that the person in the past caused ends up carrying over, and then the other person ends up being responsible for the past hurt, which actually is not their responsibility at all. It's not their fault. They didn't actually do it, but then they have to end up, learning from it. They have to end up like coddling you and everything when it comes to that, or you coddling them. And it's not really something that is going to be healthy in their relationship. So I'm really feeling like this is with spiritual unit, that this person is thinking about you, and I feel like you're thinking about them. And when I'm looking at this card, I'm really seeing, two people who are touching their foreheads together. So you're also communicating telepathically. I'm really feeling that you have a very strong connection with this person. Okay. And I'm really feeling like this all has to heal in order for this to have this loving, equal, balanced relationship. So let's go ahead and read number 10. Let's see, Goldilocks. It says, so first she tasted the porridge of the great huge bear, and that was too hot for her, and she said a bad word about that. And because she was having it on YouTube and she didn't want to get demonetized. I don't know. I'm being sarcastic. And then she tasted the porridge of the middle bear, and that was too cold for her, and she said a bad word about that too, because she didn't want to get demonetized. And then she went to the porridge of the little small wee bear, and tasted that, and that was neither too hot nor too cold, but just right. And she liked it so well that she ate it all up. But the naughty girl said a bad word about the little porridge pot, because it did not hold enough for her. In this relatively recent tale, a pretty golden-haired girl wanders into a home that belongs to a family. She eats their food, sits in their chairs, and sleeps in their beds, and she does it all with the greatest sense of entitlement. That makes me feel that this card is all about those who have a sense of entitlement, who make use of their families of others, of the families of others. The selfish one who wanders into private space and appraises it thoughtlessly, and the one who takes over the territory of others without even considering the dangers of doing so. For Goldilocks, from the bear's perspective, is no pretty child, cute and sweet. She is an invader. She has carelessly entered their home, disrupted their sense of safety, and taken what she feels to be hers by right, and nothing she helps herself to belongs to her. This tale is so well loved and remembered perhaps because of its use of three over and over. In this way, it alludes to the law of three, that whatsoever we do, we send out and receive back in the power of three. There are three bears which each have their own personal belongings, and this spoiled little rich girl who comes out of nowhere and leaves into the same simply enters and takes. Goldilocks is not hungry or uncared for. I'm really feeling like this is like maybe similar to like whatever the ex did. She is simply looking for what is just right for her and has no qualms experimenting with others' belongings before taking without thought what she believes to be hers by right. In her false security of being able to do this, she ultimately learns that this way of thinking and behaving is not safe, nor is it noble. The bears are strong and very family-oriented. They look out for each other and can be seen dancing in unison in this image. Does Goldilocks want what they have, this closeness and safety? It is then betrayed or trespassed on. Goldilocks represents a sense of entitlement, and so it is with this card. Be aware that there is no real entitlement in this world, and what we have and treasure we have earned and deserve to protect. That to share we must be invited in, and growing up means not simply walking into other families and demanding we be cared for, as we are children. Many times in life we will attempt to gain the symbols of belonging, of the new home and family, of being just right. Another thing I'm picking up is that he doesn't feel like he's just right. This is something, I feel like this is something that this person has done to either them or you, whoever it is who is feeling orphaned and the ex is being released. Let me know how it resonates with you in the comments below. Many times in life we will attempt to gain the symbols of belonging, of the new home and family, of being just right, but we must acquire these for ourselves. The bear within the tale shows us what a real family is. Goldilocks is acting completely without thought of others. The bears are also symbols of the deep unconscious. And bear medicine is particularly strong and wild. The deep unconscious and primal world represented by the bears is being disrespected by Goldilocks, and this too impedes her journey to maturity. She cannot grow up without respect for our deep animalistic nature. The bear is associated so strongly with the goddess Diana and Artemis, one a mother and one an independent guardian of the forest and of feminine power. Goldilocks longs for this growth, but she cannot grow in this way until she learns respect and to rightfully fear what she cannot understand. And her only way to understand what the bears are and what they have is through understanding of her own self. When she does that, she will be reborn into wisdom. Like the bear emerging from the hibernation stage from the cave at winter, she will shine as she becomes an adult, the woman, the goddess. She is disrespected. She is disrespecting the strength, the power, and the sheer tenacity of endurance of the bear. The bear is the father too, as in Odin, and the bear is the baby, the new life, the cub coming into the world. Bear is wisdom and respect, and this is what this card alerts you to. Where do you need to learn to study to respect in order to grow past a young stage into full maturity? So what I'm really feeling like, okay, this story is saying as far as this reading goes, is I'm really feeling like it is saying that part of the behavior that this person who's been entitled has caused destruction, but also is asking that you yourself to try to respect that this person is releasing, they're going through things and they're trying to release this. And it's kind of funny because the Goldilocks isn't really thinking of others. And while this person is thinking about you, is saying that you're not being very thoughtful towards them, which I find kind of ironic. But I mean, take it however it resonates, but I know that you're maybe thinking, oh, I really want to be with them. I want. you know, I want this, I want that, okay? This is your wish come true, to be with this person. Maybe you're waiting for them to finally break up with this person. You've been like waiting for this to happen, and like maybe you feel like this is your opportunity or something for some of you. Not all, but you know, some of you might be feeling something like that. Either way, it's asking you to stop, not just think about yourself, but think about what this person is going through and what they're dealing with, and have also faith that they're going to come out of it. They're going to, they're smart, you know, they're full of ideas. They can figure this out, okay? But you have to also respect what they're going through and allow them, and even if this is also you as well, you know, allow healing to take place, okay? You have to allow time and respect the time as needed for healing. So this person is, like, you are on their mind, okay? But they're also trying to release their ex, okay? You're not the only thing that is on their mind, okay? And sometimes maybe you don't want to hear that, okay? But it is the truth. However, once the healing takes place, you're gonna finally come together, and I feel like you're gonna be healed, they're gonna be healed, everybody's gonna be healed, okay? And then you're gonna come together, and then this past, this negativity, this pain is no longer going to define. It's not going to be brought into your new relationship. It's not going to define your future relationship, and to have, you know, have faith in that. But this person, I feel like they do love you, and and you make them really happy. But right now they're trying to learn how to become emotionally independent. Okay. And you have to respect that while they are thinking about you, you're not the only thing they're thinking about. They're trying to think about how they can clear all of this negativity out of their lives. Anyways, let me know how that resonates with you in the comments below. I would really appreciate it. If you like this kind of reading, please give my video a thumbs up. I really appreciate it, and it really helps me out. If you would like to be notified of future videos, please subscribe and hit the bell notification. And if you would like to have a private reading, you can see how to do that in the video description below. All right, well, thank you very much, and I hope you all have a wonderful day or night. God bless.